we have checking the pitch line velocity, that is velocity of pinion and as well as gear. So at that time of the meshing, the proper velocity should be work from the gear as well as pinion side. If it is not so, the proper meshing will not be occur. So for that, we'll have to find out the pitch line velocity related to the pitch circle of the particular pinion as well as gear. Of course, the rotations are also matter at the time of the meshing of the gear pair. If the pinion and gear rotations are same, the meshing will not be occur properly. Therefore, you can see the gear and pinions are always rotates in a opposite direction. So that will be the basic condition. That will be the basic velocity. So as per the velocity, it will work or it will transfer the motion, power, and torque. So this kind of the dynamic as well as static characteristics also we are going to learn in case of basic instrumentation. As per the title, basic instrumentation means basic needs. Suppose I'm designing the shaft on which gears are situated. So while designing the shaft, the basic instrumentation will have to require what will be the length of shaft, first thing, correct? And that length will have to calculate analytically. And whatever be the analytically answer came will come, that I will have to implement through manufacturing, correct? Then whether that shaft is solid or hollow, on the basis of that, I will have to decide which theory I need to practice, either maximum shear stress theory or direct principal stress theory. So likewise, we'll have to define. And their requirement is that load conditions. So these are the basic things and basic instruments we are going to learn in this chapter. Correct? Now, basically, the chapter is shown about the overview or structure of the research required instruments. So many of things are there while doing the master's project or while doing the doctorate project. In that case, the many instruments or testing instruments are not available. So in that case, researcher or author, what will he do? So he has to visit the particular instruments which are properly running in somewhere as like IITs, NITs. So lot many work has been done or many more research lab are there. So you can visit, you can take a reading there by taking a permission. You can conduct the practicals. You can check the cross check the practicals by the using the instruments. There is no need to develop the instrument from your end and then you are going to test and all that. No, you can directly get the values, directly get the testings directly by using the reference. So that's why it is a closed loop system while doing the research. So that will have to benefit from the instrument point of view and will get the idea whether it is properly working or not, or whatever be the assumptions or conduction has been taken by the researchers that are correct or not. So that is called as a basic things are necessary related to the instruments. Now I have quoted here the definition of the instrument. You can see or all of we know the instrument is nothing but it is a measurement device, as like it is in survey or testing, or in case of the questionnaire, how it is come in questionnaire. So in case of the questionnaire, a lot many questions. Suppose while calculating power in terms of the electricity, so power is equal to V into I. So questionnaire will be what will be the relation in between voltage and current. Either voltage is increased or current is decreased, so that I'll get more power, or both need to increase so that I'll get more power. So the questionnaire is depends on the consideration according to the instrument. As per the voltage measurement, I will have to require the voltmeter. As per the current measurement, I will have to require ammeter. Both measurement, so I will have to require multimeter. So lot many things are there. So likewise, we'll have to develop the things. So many things are there, or many in olden days, 4 or 5 years ago, the vibration analysis was conducted by the particular machine. Correct. Now, before that, what they have done, or what a researcher have been done, they have done the analysis, the analytical calculation, correct, and through which they have taken the damper, they have considered the load condition, fixed support, and according to that, they have developed the equation, and through that equation, the finalized vibration analysis outcome will get. But right now, the instruments are available. Directly, we'll have to connect the system. whatever be the component or whatever the product which we have developed to that system, and we'll get the direct vibrational analysis for the particular system. Correct? So that is the role of the instrument. It is very important. If the instrument is not there, we cannot predict what is going on. Understood? So that's why instrument is matter, and of course it is the kind of a device which helps only for the measurement. And why measurement? Because that measurement will have to cross check as per human or society requirement. So likewise, this will be the instrument. And instrumentation, as per our title of unit number 4, instrumentation means it is the process of developing, testing, and using various devices as per the condition. Correct? Suppose the condition means what? Suppose in case of the sand casting, the molten metal is there, and that molten metal, and for that how much it is molten metal and what will be the degree of temperature. If I want to check, I will not go there by 100-degree thermometer. I will have to use more than that. So that will be the kind of the instrumentation we require. So we must know while using the, as per the situation, I will have to require around 200 degree Celsius thermometer so that I can measure whatever is the molten temperature. So it is as per the situation. So it is the process of developing, testing, and using various devices. So earlier vernier caliper was there, directly handle operated or manually operated vernier caliper was there. Right now digital vernier caliper, they will give the answer in point also. So it will, again, it will help to get the accuracy. So that is the role of instrument. So that's why we are using basic instruments for everywhere while designing or while developing the research. Correct? While developing, suppose I'm developing the spring. I want to design a spring. So I will have to calculate what will be its stiffness. And stiffness, I have calculate K. K is equal to W by del, load applied with respect to deflection. So that answer is theoretical. But on the actual spring, I will have to calculate whatever be the stiffness. So stiffness meter is also there, through which we'll have to check. I think you have performed a lot many labs, as like in case of MQC, you have handled this instrument. In case of the theory of machine lab, you have handled such kind of the instrument. In case of the cam and follower, also spring stiffness also matter. So it required as per the condition. Correct? In case of two-wheeler, four-wheeler, while using the spring as a shock absorber, there is a necessity to find the stiffness. Very important. And same spring will have to use in railways buffer. रेल्वेच्या बोगीला पण स्प्रिंग्स असतात बघा, तर त्याचा डायमीटर, त्याचा शेप and त्याच्या टर्न्स that are different. Why? That is according to the load condition. And how we have defined? As per the requirement of the, and as per the instrument we have checked. If I use same four-wheeler Maruti 800 shock absorber for truck, tractor, not possible. So it will going to break. So these kind of the things we'll have to find only because of the instrument, and according to that we'll have to consider, we'll have to test, and then finalize whatever be the testing is okay or not. So for that purpose, instruments are required, and role of the instrument is to calculate or to complete the research, complete the product development in a particular time, as well as in a validate mode. Validate mode means it will run for long life. So likewise things are there. Is it understood related to instrument? What is topic and what is related to this topic, and what syllabus uh, want to study? So that I have explained the overall idea related to the instruments. हे समजलं का रे बाळांनो?
हो सर, हो, क्लिअर, व्हेरी क्लिअर.
ठीक. Okay. Now, so just write down heading unit number 4 म्हणा, basic instrumentation, and then write down this, what is instrument and instrumentation means what. So in case of the instrument, you can write it is the generic term. It is the generic term used by a researcher, for the measurement, like survey test, comma, questionnaire base, etc. etc. A lot many things are there. Okay, next, instrumentation. Instrumentation. The process of developing testing. The process of developing testing and usage of variable devices. Usage of variable devices as per the required condition. As per the required condition. Correct. So this is the basic idea behind this instrument. Now we'll move toward the next part, the basic categories. So now it is not included in your syllabus, but I'll give the things because it will helps to write the answer deeply while asking the question from examination point of view. So there are basically two types of the instrument. First one is the completed instrument. It means researcher have to complete the things or get the outcome very easily. And second is also related to the completion of the things. So means the whatever the instrument required for the researcher that is developed in the market or it is readily available in the market, that is also necessary. Correct. So these are the two terms: basic category, first category, that researcher have to get the outcome. Second category, for getting that outcome, the available sources should be there, and that in terms of instruments, calibration point of view. Correct. So these are the basic two types. So we'll have to check about research completion. So while completion of the research, so these are the proper process need to follow as consideration of the instrument. First, rating scales. Now while giving the rating scale, so we'll have to define the path of the instrument as like, suppose, again I'll take the example of same power developed by the electricity or bulb. So for that power development, I will have to decide the path. Where should I apply the voltmeter? Where should I apply the ammeter? And where should I connect this so that I'll get the power outcome? That will be called as a rating scale. Now this rating scale, how it change? Rating scale change according to load, according to condition. If your load is more, if your current voltage is moving more, then we'll get the power, of course, more. So as per that, we'll have to define the rating scale. So in case of the LED bulb, you can see various ratings are there: 60 watt, 100 watt, 120 watt, and so on. So this will be the scale according to the path. So that will be the, give the outcome as per the human requirement. Correct. So जसं की ह्युमन रिक्वायरमेंट म्हणजे काय, जसं आपण छोटं मंदिर असतं घरात देव 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 देवाचं, तर तिथं आपण काय 50 वॅट किंवा 60 वॅटचा बल्ब कधीच लावत नाही. तो रिक्वायरमेंट काय आहे, सो इट शुड बी ब्राइटन, so we'll have to use 5 watt, 10 watt. So likewise, so this kind of the rating scale will be there. If that rating scale is not there, there will be the problem. जर आपण असं ठरवलं की 60 वॅटचेच बल्ब मिळणार आहेत and everywhere we'll have to use 60 watt bulb, not at all possible to get the development. So that's why instrumentation matters. So first thing I told you the example. Second thing, while using two-wheeler, four-wheeler lights, headlights, so that are also different wattage, different condition, different types of the bulbs, different material we'll have to use. So of course ultimate outcome is light, but for that achieving that outcome, so various halogen bulbs असतात बघा street light वर. So what is the reason? Reason is that it gives the more brightening and it has having long life. So that will be the rating kind of the scale should be there for particular outcome in a various modes. So likewise we'll have to use. Next, for completion of the research, that researcher required the some guidelines. So that's why the guides are there. प्रत्येक वेळी guide हा लागतोच. Every while doing UG project, you are having guide. While doing company sponsor project, you are having guide, that is your HOD. Correct. While doing the master's project, you are having guide. Company guide is also required. Co-guide also required. So co-guide means what? The guide which is not related to the that particular institute, but he or she will help you to give the path to solve this problem or to cover that research gap. So that we called as a, or that is the important role for the completion of the research, and it is a part of the instrument that it guide proper guide requirement. So again, interview schedules means, so we'll have to use the interviews while selecting guides also. It is not like that guide is given by randomly. No, they will have to check the field. Suppose I am doing the research in renewable energy, so my guide should be in that field. It is not like that he has in the field of the IC engine design. Correct. So he has, it is not at all possible. So project get, there might be stuck of the project, or the proper outcome will not get in that case. So according to that, that is the also requirement, and it is a measurable instrument, huh? Because as per the guidance, the student will move. If guide is not proper, if he is not giving the proper condition, then student will not complete his masters or whatever be the doctorate or project within a time. That's why guide is required, and it is measurable device. For UG we know 1 year required for complete the project. So ते 1 वर्षात का होतं, आपण प्रत्येक वेळी गाईडला मीटिंग असते, प्रत्येक आठवड्यात आपण त्यांना भेटतो, ते गाईडलाईन देतात आणि तसं प्रोसेस करतो. अशा गाईडलाईन कोणच देत नाहीत युजीचे, की बाबा तुझ्या प्रोजेक्टला 10 वर्ष किंवा 2 वर्ष लागली पाहिजे. नो. सो दॅट इज अ मेजरेबल थिंग, आणि इट कम्स अंडर इन्स्ट्रुमेंट. बरं का, दो इट इज नॉट लाईक अ वर्नियर कॅलिपर और दॅट थिंग्स, बट इट इज अ मेजरेबल. That's why it comes under instrumentation. That is about guide requirement or proper arranging the interview schedule or proper allotment of the guide is important. Now tally sheet. So again, it is a part of the instrument. Tally sheet, what is tally sheet? Suppose I am doing a project and I have to meet my subject teacher or guide within a once in a week. So while meeting that, he or she will give the proper point. So whatever be the part you have covered, so he will give you the idea. So you have to complete this upcoming before coming week. So while next time when I go to my guide, so I will have to complete the previous things whichever he has given. So that we called as a tally sheet. That's why तुम्ही बघत असाल UG मध्ये आपण प्रोजेक्ट डायरी वापरायची. प्रोजेक्ट डायरी म्हणजे काय, जेव्हा केव्हा गाईडला भेटेल त्यांनी काही इनपुट्स दिले, ते आपण लिहून घेणे, त्याप्रमाणे वर्कआउट करणे, आणि ते कम्प्लीट झाले का नाही ते त्यांना फीडबॅक देणे. इट विल कॉल्ड एज अ टॅली शीट. आपण ते कम्पेअर करतो आणि मग पुढे जातो. समजा एखादा पॅरामीटर वर्क होत नाही, एखादा पॉईंट सांगितलेला जमत नाही, किंवा तो ते कॉस्टिंग त्याच्या पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यू जमत नाही, तर त्या केसमध्ये ऑप्शन लगेच मिळतो. जर तुम्ही रेग्युलर त्याचा फॉलोअप घेत असेल तुमच्या गाईडशी, तर डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट द आउटकम. इफ तुम्ही डायरेक्ट आज येत आहे आणि डायरेक्ट शेवटच्या दिवशी येत आहे गाईड मीटिंगला, सो इट इज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. त्या केसमध्ये प्रोजेक्ट हा इनकम्प्लीट राहतो. इनकम्प्लीट हे मेजरमेंट झालं. दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ और साइन ऑफ मेजरमेंट. So that we consider in incomplete research. That's why tally sheet is very important. You are doing job, all you are doing job. So tally sheet is what, at the end of the day, what you have done whole day. So that you will have to report your authority. So that we call it as a tally sheet. Correct. Then flow charts. So flow charts is also important, because as the researcher point of view, while doing the project, I must define the path. मी आज टॉपिक ठरवलाय आणि लगेच उद्या टेस्टिंग करतो, नाही चालणार, और नॉट एट ऑल पॉसिबल. वाय? बिकॉज देर आर द स्टेप्स. तुम्ही टॉपिक आज फायनल केलाय, त्याची माहिती काढणं गरजेचं आहे, त्याचा मार्केट सर्वे करणं गरजेचं आहे. आफ्टर मार्केट सर्वे यू विल हॅव टू थिंक द डिझाईन प्रोसिजर, आणि ती आधी कोणी कसे केले ते बघणं गरजेचं आहे. त्यानुसार मला मोल्ड करायला पाहिजे, किंवा त्या फॅसिलिटीज आर अवेलेबल विथ इन्स्टिट्यूट और नॉट, दॅट आय विल हॅव टू चेक. If not, I will have to go by another flow. Correct. So likewise, I will have to define the things. याला activity chart पण म्हणतात. So whatever with the activity you are going to learn, that is activity chart. जे काही मी तुम्हाला academic calendar दिलं, that is a kind of flow chart. Flow chart आहे, कारण ते sequentially दिले आणि तो आपण फॉलो करतोय. So that will be the kind of the flow chart. Again, measurement will be done. का flow chart चा timing define असतं, start कधी, end कधी. So that we called as a flow chart. Therefore, the researcher get completed research through this. Next will be the performance checklist. So you all are aware about this checklist and all that. So checklist, suppose while doing the job, you will have to enter what you have done from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. what we have to done as per the requirement of the project or as per the requirement of institute or organization, what kind of the work I have done. So that is also a checklist. That is very important. That is your completed work. It shows, correct? Not incompleted. That is completed. Completed. It is again called as a measurable device. So it comes under instrument. And next thing, time and motion logs. So now time and motion, in that case, will have to be punctual. 8 तासाची ड्युटी आहे किंवा 10 तासाचं वर्किंग आहे. In that case, you will have to, of course, 15 to 30 minutes you will have break of lunch and all that, but remaining things you will have to perform properly, correct? Not like that किंवा माझं 9 ते 5 टायमिंग आणि मी 7 पर्यंत थांबतोय, करेक्ट? किंवा 8 पर्यंत थांबतोय. एक्स्ट्रा वर्क करत असेल, वेल अँड गुड, बट टाइम अँड मोशन इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. समजा एखादा पर्टिक्युलर प्रोजेक्ट करायला मला पर्टिक्युलर स्पॅन दिलाय, फंडिंग जेव्हा सँक्शन होतं गव्हर्नमेंट कडून, तर फंडिंगचं पण एक सेशन मी घेईन बरं का, तुमच्या प्रोजेक्टला लागेल. वेल सँक्शनिंग द फंडिंग विल हॅव टू राईट अ प्रपोजल, आणि त्या प्रपोजलला या टाइम आणि सगळ्या कंडिशन आपल्याला मांडायला लागतात आणि वर्क अकॉर्डिंगली, तरच ते कम्प्लिशनला जातो. ऑर एल्स तो प्रोजेक्ट ड्रॉप होतो किंवा फंडिंग कॅन्सल होताना पण मी बघितलेले आहेत. सो दीज आर indirect we called as a related to the measurement, and that we can say that it is a measurable device and it comes under a completion of the research in case of the instrumentation point of view. ठीक आहे, हे क्लिअर झालं का रे? ओके, पॉइंट लिहून घ्या. तुम्हाला जिथे कुठे व्हेरेवर नेसेसरी मी एक्झाम्पल दिलेत, एक्झाम्पल शॉर्ट मध्ये लिहा. Take 5 minutes to write this carefully. 1 2 3 व्यवस्थित मी जसं सांगितलं, आन्सर लिहिताना हे पॉइंट वाईज आणि सिस्टमॅटिक असावं. आणि आता ह्या स्टेजला, मास्टर स्टेजला, तुम्ही किती पॅरेग्राफ लिहिलेत, पानं भरवून लिहिलेत काय आन्सर शीट, हे बघितलं जात नाही. तुम्ही त्या पॉइंट्सला धरून लिहिलंय का, पहिली गोष्ट. त्याला काही जस्टिस दिलंय का थ्रू एक्झाम्पल. दॅट इज द ओनली proper skill related to the answer writing at this stage. So just write down carefully, and after completion let me know. आणि तुमच्याकडे प्लस पॉइंट असा आहे, तुमच्याकडे चांगला टाइम आहे. राईट नाउ दिस इज मार्च, एप्रिल, मे, आपल्याकडे अजून 2.5 महिने आहेत स्ट्रक्चर नुसार एसपीपीयूच्या. तर त्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही प्लॅन असं करा. मी तर म्हणेन आपले जे काही डिझाईन आणि कॅटची मुलं आहेत, या मुलांनी मार्च एंड, आज 12 मार्च आहे, 30 मार्च पर्यंत सगळ्या सब्जेक्टच्या असाइनमेंट संपवा. तुम्ही त्या सब्जेक्ट टीचरला भेटा, असाइनमेंट काय विचारून घ्या, 30 मार्च पर्यंत ते उरकून टाका. म्हणजे फक्त पुढचा पार्ट राहतो तुमचा युनिट टेस्ट, दॅट्स इट, आणि सिलेबस, तुमचं लर्निंग काय असेल. या पद्धतीनं हे करा. सो दॅट आता ऍक्च्युली आम्ही युजीला, तुम्हाला माहित असेल, युजीला सबमिशनचे पण आपण 2-3 दिवस ठेवतो मध्ये. फर्स्ट सबमिशन, मिड सबमिशन म्हणतो आपण त्याला. तर आपण तसं काही ठेवणार नाहीये, जास्त कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सिस्टीम करायला नको. पण मला असं वाटतंय 30 तारखेपर्यंत तुम्ही डिझाईनचे असतील, कॅडचे असतील, जसं कॅडचं आता सागर आहे, सागर विल टेक अ लीड. कॅडच्या मुलांना ते सगळं सांगून, सगळं त्यांना माहिती काढून, सबमिशन काय करायचं ही सगळं माहिती पोचती केली पाहिजे. तसं इकडे भूषण डिझाईनचं करेल. या पद्धतीने तुम्ही 30 मार्च हे टार्गेट धरून सबमिशन कम्प्लिटेड या पद्धतीने शिक्का घ्या त्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह सब्जेक्ट टीचर. आणि सो दॅट तुम्हाला एप्रिल आणि मे मध्ये तुम्हाला फक्त स्टडी राहील, युनिट टेस्ट राहील, आणि त्याच्या थ्रू मार्क पण देता येईल, कारण ऑलरेडी तुम्ही सबमिशन केलं असेल. तर या पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू थोडा विचार करा आणि त्या पद्धतीने प्रोसिजर चालू ठेवा. तुम्हाला लोड येणार नाही. म्हणजे एक्झामला फक्त आपण फुल फोकस्ड एक्झाम देऊ. ठीक आहे, तोपर्यंत जा तुम्ही. आय विल बी बॅक. Okay. Have we done this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next point, it is again related to the completion of research, and many more things are also there. So we'll see. Questionnaire. The questionnaire is the important one, because if we doesn't get the questions, we are not able to solve it. त्यामुळे क्वेश्चन क्युरियोसिटी ही याच्यातूनच क्रिएटिव्हिटी तयार होते. So there is a questionnaire. There should be the questionnaire from your end as a student, research student, and through which that questionnaire or that questions can be solved by that respective guide, and for that he or she will give you the proper path for solving this questionnaire. Correct? Then self checklist. Now this is related to you only. It means research only, researcher only. Self checklist means I plan to complete my master within a 2 year. So my checklist would be I will have to complete my subjects semester 1, semester 2 within a time without any backlog. And in case of the second year, I will have to start my project and I'll complete within 8 to 10 months. So that will be the checklist. So या पद्धतीने तुमचं research, this is a part of measurement. Again, it is a measurable self checklist. Correct? Then attitude scales. Now attitude scales means what? Whatever you are doing, whatever with the work you have done from as a researcher, and you are showing the guide, and while showing the things, either it will be acceptable by guide or not, that is very important. So many times the clashes will occur in between guide and student. मी दोन पॉइंट सांगतो तुम्हाला. पहिला पॉइंट असतो की रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिकेशनचा, आणि रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिकेशनला वॉट एव्हर विथ द रिसर्च वी हॅव डन, दॅट शुड बी पब्लिश्ड इन अ स्टँडर्ड रिसर्च पेपर. स्टँडर्ड रिसर्च पेपर. वाय? बिकॉज आपलं वर्क ही वेस्ट जातं का म्हणे. तर वेस्ट कधी नाही जाणार जेव्हा आपण स्टँडर्ड पब्लिकेशन करू, आणि स्टँडर्ड पब्लिकेशन फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट असतात. फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. इट टेक्स टाइम 4 to 5 months, बट इट इज अवेलेबल फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. तर या पद्धतीनं आपण ते बघितलं पाहिजे. आता बरेचदा मुलं काय करतात की मी बोलतो, बरेचदा मुलं काय करतात, दे विल पब्लिश देअर रिसर्च इन पेड जर्नल. काय तर 2-4 हजार द्यायचे जर्नलला आणि पब्लिश करायचा, वेळ मारून न्यायची. लॉस आहे. का लॉस आहे? तो रिसर्च परत समवेअर इट कॅन बी यूज, आणि तेव्हा तुमचा क्लेम राहत नाही, बिकॉज तुम्ही तो सेल केलाय, विकलाय, तुम्ही त्याची प्रायोरिटी आपल्याकडे नाही ठेवली, कॉपीराईट आपल्याकडे नाही ठेवले, असं त्याचा अर्थ असतो. म्हणून इथे एक पॉइंट आहे की ऍटिट्यूड म्हणजे काय, गाईडनं सांगितलं वेगळं, केलंय वेगळं, आणि वेळ मारून न्यायसाठी काम केलंय, हे पहिली गोष्ट. दुसरी गोष्ट, बऱ्याचदा क्लासेस होतात कॉन्फरन्समध्ये. की कॉन्फरन्स अटेंड करा, असा एक नॉर्म्स असतो. आता तुम्ही जे 15 तारखेपासून आय थिंक प्रशांत आणि मी स्वतः आहे, बाकीचे 4-5 जण, भूषण आहे, हे अटेंड करतील त्या कॉन्फरन्स. STTP आहे. तर त्या कॉन्फरन्सचा पर्पज असा असतो की ते नॅशनल, इंटरनॅशनल, AICT या टाईपचे असतात. तर तुम्ही कुठले कॉन्फरन्स अटेंड केले त्याला पण पॉइंट्स असतात ऍज अ स्टुडंट पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यू, स्केलिंग पॉईंट ऑफ. तर जर तुम्हाला तुमच्या पर्टिक्युलर गाईडनी सांगितलं की यू विल हॅव टू अटेंड द इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स, सो यू हॅव टू अटेंड इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स ऑनलाईन. करेक्ट. इट इज नॉट लाईक दॅट त्याला मी काहीतरी लोकल कॉन्फरन्स अटेंड केले, ती दाखवले आणि त्याच्यावर माझं अप्रुव्हल होईल, नाही. दिस विल बी ऍटिट्यूड बेस्ड. व्ह्यू कसा आहे, मी बोलतोय ते समजते का, या पद्धतीने. तर हे जर रॅपो मॅच झाला तुमचा आणि गाईडचा, तर कुठेच अडचणी येत नाही. ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट विल बी द मेजरेबल पॅरामीटर इज पर्सनॅलिटी इन्व्हेंटरीज. नाउ दिस इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट. नाउ इन केस ऑफ द पर्सनॅलिटी मीन्स वाईल आय एम डुईंग अ रिसर्च, असं कधीच होत नाही एकटा माणूस सगळा रिसर्च करेल, नॉट एट ऑल पॉसिबल. सो दॅट्स वाय टाटा, बजाज, यू कॅन सी एनी कंपनी एकट्याने कधी रन होत नाही. इट कॅन बी रन बाय व्हेरियस डिपार्टमेंट, various heads are there, and with the communication of that, the fruitful outcome will get. So here, as per the research point of view, I would like to tell you, while doing the research, while doing the things, I will have to search whether that study has been done by any person. So suppose if I got a COEP, one of person from COEP, he has done this project, he has completed his doctorate on this project, so I will have to meet him. Correct. First thing. Second thing, or if he is not available in India, or he is out of the country, in that I will have to communicate with the mail. Correct. And by taking the things, by proper mailing the things, you have to convince him or her that help me out for this, or guide me for this, doing the research work. Of course he will guide you in a such a way that whatever be the research, new things he has not done, according to that he will guide. So it comes under inventories. Correct. So this kind of the personality, or this kind of the reference, we have to develop from our own side. Many times the guide will also give the reference. Guideच्या थ्रू पण तुम्ही जाऊ शकता, because while doing the research he is also done the things, same things, and he has also having some reference, so he has to utilize that reference. So many things are there, many faculty member are there. Right now one of the faculty member from our case, our institute, he has completed his doctorate from Japan. So while completing his, right now he is in touch with that his guide, Japan guide. So while doing a research in that field, we have also mailed him that, sir, please guide us for this problem. So he will give the input. We'll get the input, and through which we'll have to proceed. So of course that input is beneficial. का? रिसर्चर लोकांचे इनपुट्स हे 4 वर्ष काम करून किंवा 10 वर्ष काम करून हे आलेले असतात. सडन, वेग, अननेसेसरी या टाईपचे इनपुट्स कधीच नसतात. So that's why we'll have to take a benefit as an input, and it is again measurable parameter. Correct. Second thing, achievements. So in case of the achievements, the publication of your research paper in a standard journal, that is the achievement. त्यामुळे तुम्ही बघत असाल बऱ्याच वेळा, जर तुम्ही टीचिंग फील्ड मध्ये किंवा काय तुम्ही जर बघितलं, एखाद्यानं पेटंट घेतलं, सो इट इज वन काइंड ऑफ अचिव्हमेंट. तो पेटंट घेणं काही सोपी गोष्ट नाही, त्याला तुम्हाला प्रॉपर स्टडी लागतो, त्याचं डेव्हलपमेंट असतं, त्यांना तुम्ही एक्सपेरिमेंटल शो करता, त्यांना अप्रूव्ह होतं, किंवा त्यांचे क्वेश्चनायर असतात, त्याला तुम्ही रिप्लाय करता, कमेंट येतात, त्याला रिप्लाय, अशी 1-2 वर्षाची प्रोसिजर राहते, अँड देन विल गेट द पेटंट. Correct. So that is called as an achievement. Why? Again, that patent is related for your life, at least minimum 18 years, 18 ते 20 वर्ष ते तुम्ही कॅरी फॉरवर्ड, किंवा त्याचे कॉपीराईट किंवा त्याचे हे ठेवू शकता तुमच्याकडे. करेक्ट. सो दिस विल बी द वन काइंड ऑफ द अचिव्हमेंट that is also there through guide. Then next is protective devices, sorry, projective devices. Now in case of the projective devices means the researcher has done, if he has done same methodology, same instrumentation while completion of his project, that is not research. So he has to think over the future scope of that previous researcher, and then according to he has to work within a time. That is also important. So that will be the projection gives by the previous author, म्हणून तुम्हाला सांगतोय ना, रिसर्च मध्ये सगळ्यात महत्वाचा जो कोर पार्ट आहे किंवा बेस आहे तो आहे लिटरेचर सर्वे. And that literature survey gives us idea what to do and what not to do. आता एखादा रिसर्च, if it is incomplete, suppose if it is incomplete, तर तो रिसर्च होऊ शकतो का? Can anybody tell me, if any research I'm doing since last 5 years and I got the failure in my research, so whether that is a research, we can say that is research? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
correct. Yes, that is a research. Why? Because that particular researcher or that particular fellow gives you the idea that don't go by this way, you will get failed. That is also kind of a research. Correct? So that's why research is not at all wasted, but it has to have proper path, and for that we'll have to study on a previous things. So that will be the projective devices which have not developed or not done by the previous researcher. साधी गोष्ट आहे बघा, जर आजच्या काळात मी मेजरमेंटला त्याच टेक्निक्स वापरल्या ज्या काही 1980 किंवा 1980 मध्ये यूज होत होत्या, तर इट्स ऑफ नो यूज. इफ आय एम सेम युझिंग, आता मर्सिडीज बेंच तुम्ही जर बघितलं असेल तर दे विल गिव्ह द इंडिकेशन, इट विल गिव्ह द इंडिकेशन ऑन डॅशबोर्ड की स्पीड ब्रेकर किती मीटरवर आहे आणि त्याच्या स्पीडची रेंज काय असली पाहिजे. हे प्रोजेक्टिव्ह डिव्हाइसेस आहे. त्याच्या पुढचं जे मॉडेल आहे त्याच्या पुढे अजून काय त्रास आहे, तर हे काय आधी वापरलं नाहीये. जे काही नवीन लॉन्च होतं मार्केटमध्ये ते सगळं प्रोजेक्टिव्ह डिव्हाइस बेस असतं. नवीन टेक्नॉलॉजी, न्यू थिंग्स विच इज नॉट युज्ड येट, या पद्धतीनं असतं. And then of course sociometric devices. Of course sociometric means it is helpful or it will satisfy the human needs. That is sociometrics. Correct? Olden days AC असायचे बघा, फ्लॅटला एसी लावायचे माणसं. एसी साठी पर्टिक्युलरली सेपरेट मोठा बॉक्स आणि या गोष्टी लागायच्या. तर त्याच्यात फार एकदम साईज लागायची, त्याला वेल्डिंग, त्याला स्ट्रक्चरल, आणि मग तुम्ही जॉईन करा. Nowadays there might be the reduction, there is a reduction in the size, weight also, and you will easily get the things. So that will be the sociometric. Correct? Olden days civil point of view जर बोलायचं झालं, सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यू, तर एक रूम बनवायला म्हणजे काय, 4 वर्टिकल कॉलम्स अँड रोज म्हणजे एक रूम. तर ती बनवायला पहिला आधी विटा वापरायचो आणि त्याच्यानंतर सिमेंट अँड ऑल दॅट. राईट नाव द सिस्टम इज देअर, डायरेक्टली विल क्रिएट अ रूम ऍज पर आवर रिक्वायरमेंट डायरेक्टली. जर तुम्ही पुण्यातला एक एक्सपेरिमेंट बघितला असेल, ऐकला असेल किंवा न्यूज मध्ये रीड केला असेल, पूर्ण बिल्डिंगच्या बिल्डिंग लिफ्ट केली पॉवर स्क्रूनं आणि ती हलवली, त्याचा बेस असं म्हणजे खड्ड्यात होता म्हणून, आणि ते भरला आणि परत त्याच्यावर ठेवली. पूर्ण 5 ते 10 मजली बिल्डिंग होती. सो हाऊ दिस हॅपन? दिस इज द सोशिओमेट्रिक अँड दिस इज अ ड्यू टू इन्स्ट्रुमेंटेशन ओनली. करेक्ट? तुम्ही पॉवर स्क्रूचं एक्झाम्पल घ्या. आपण जे 4 व्हीलर पंक्चरला लावतो त्या केसमध्ये असं आपण बघितलंय का कुठं, किंवा पंक्चर झाले आणि त्या केसमध्ये मी काय करतोय, 10 माणसं बोलवतोय, लिफ्ट करा म्हणतो, अरे उचला रे, मला टायर बदलू दे, मी चेंज करतो ते. नो. सोशिओमेट्रिक डिव्हाइसेस, पॉवर स्क्रू, सिंगल मॅन कॅन ऑपरेट व्हेरी इझिली with less effort. That is sociometric. So this is a kind of the instrumentation we'll have to follow as an engineer or researcher point. हे समजलं का? Is this understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक आहे. येस, पॉइंट वाईज लिहा आणि 2-3 पॉइंट तुमच्या एंडनं पुटअप करा आणि झालं की मला सांगा. Unit test साठी research methodology will conduct unit test on 2 units, first and second. So of course, it is we'll have to conduct for 30 marks exam. Okay. Over.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now next part is very important and general criteria for good instruments. So criteria is the instrument should be in a such a way that it will give the fruitful result. First thing. Second thing, it will validate that result. And third thing, it should be readable. करेक्ट नाव फक्त ओव्हरलुक करू या पॉईंटवरून कारण या पॉईंटची आपल्याला काही माहिती असते देणं गरजेचं नाहीये पण तुमचा आन्सर व्यवस्थित होईल सो दॅट आय टेल यू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द बेसिक क्रायटेरिया फॉर गुड इन्स्ट्रुमेंटेशन फर्स्ट इज व्हॅलिडिटी सो इट शुड बी व्हॅलिडेट करेक्ट सो व्हॉट एव्हर बी द इन्स्ट्रुमेंट आपण कॅलिब्रेशन करतो बघा प्रत्येक इन्स्ट्रुमेंटचं किंवा लॅब्स मध्ये किंवा तुमच्या कंपनीमध्ये का बिकॉज आयदर वाईल कॅलिब्रेटिंग इट सो विल हॅव टू चेक whether that instrument right now giving same result or not. That we called as a validity. For the particular time, it will run with same output, That is called as a validity. Reliability means it will be the ability to sustain the things and we can trust that result through that instrument. So that we called as a reliability. And readability means it should be properly visible. That is readability. Correct? In olden days, you can see the researcher while doing the things, printers and all that not available at that time. PC, laptop was not there. In that case, researcher will have to write the research by hand, first thing, and you can see the copies of that previous one. It can be available on net also. So many more readings are not visible, or the typist have made the mistakes because in that case typewriter was there, so through which whatever be the result that came, that will have to again cross check because it is not readable. So things are like this. किंवा तुम्ही जर ओल्डन फोटोग्राफी बघितली so in olden photography किंवा 10-20 year previous आपण काय करायचो कॅमेराच लागायचा प्रॉपर आणि त्या कॅमेरामध्ये पण डिफाईन होतं की बाबा वन रील इन्क्लूड अराउंड 70 फोटोज सो 70 फोटो त्याच्या पुढे लिमिट जात नाही मग ते आपण वॉशला टाकणार ते 4 दिवसांनी देणार करेक्ट सो दॅट विल बी द कंडिशन रिडेबिलिटी मग त्याची क्वालिटी असेल त्याच्यानंतर मोबाईल झाले so you can capture any number of photos so that will be the readable right now we are transferring that photo very easily one end to another end of every corner of the world that is called as a readable things and which can be available very easily without or less cost you can say so this will be the three things for general criteria so just write down the basic criteria of good instruments are the basic criteria of good instruments are first validity correct in that write down double dot करा आणि dash करून लिहा the same outcome will get the same outcome will get after testing in the particular span bracket मध्ये लिहा in between 2 to 5 years okay validity so you can make the any example any component which we can buy or which we will send in the market it has having some validity correct in olden days selfie stick was there right now it is vanished because the camera is always it has having selfie mode, so that will be the comes under validity. ठीक आहे. या सगळे व्हॅलिडिटी रिलायबिलिटी व्हॅलिडिटीचा एक्झाम्पल आहे. तोपर्यंत मी कॉल करतो, सरांचा कॉल येते, त्यांना परत हे करतो. ठीक आहे. Okay, so this is about the validity. Then reliability. Write down reliability. It is the ability of the system, which helps, ability of the system which helps to sustain results, comma load for long run, correct. So example, ISO mark, reliable mark. So we are believing that ISO, correct. Many more international standards are there, ASME standards are there. While taking the condition or while using the instruments, we'll have to use. So you can write the examples of international standards which can be we have considered that will be the reliable. In case of the helmets also, we are checking this ISO or not as per the reliability point of view, the condition safety point of view. So that will be about the reliability. Next, readability. Readability. So visuality, we can say. So you can quote the any example and let me know. Tell me that example about the readable. Or can anybody tell me 3 examples for validity, reliability, and readability? Satish sir, bola.
Timely calibration can be used for validity checking.
Correct. Yes, timely calibration very important. Okay, for reliability.
Reliability, robustness of the system.
Correct. Robustness or working condition, which will give the same outcome all the time.
Perfect.
Yes. Readability.
Reading should be clear and visible. Clearly
Correct. So
visible.
many times what happened, the olden instruments are there. किंवा तुम्ही जर लेथ मशीन बघत असाल, लेथ मशीन जनरली इन्स्टिट्यूट लेवलच्या लेथ मशीन ज्या असतात, तर त्याच्यावर एवढं काम झालं असतं वर्कशॉपमध्ये, ते रीडिंग दिसत नाही. आपण जेव्हा टूल सेट करतो, तर त्या केसमध्ये इट इज नॉट व्हिजिबल. मध्ये सगळा जजमेंटल कार्यक्रम असतो. सो दॅट शुड क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लेम while डेव्हलपिंग द पार्ट. तर त्यामुळं रिडेबिलिटी इज मॅटर. ठीक आहे.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope you all have written, and this will be the basic. पहिला पॉइंट जो आपला सिलेबसचा होता, फोर्थ युनिटचा, याबद्दल मी सांगितलंय आणि बऱ्याचशा स्लाइड मी ऍड केलेल्या आहेत. पण एवढं डीप जाण्याची गरज नाही. विच एव्हर वी हॅव डिस्कस दॅट आर मोर दॅन सफिशियंट. So here they have mentioned validity means what and all that, the measurement of the degree, and there are the three measures of the validity. First is content validity, construct validity, and criteria validity. हे आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये नाहीये, पण माहित असणं ठीक आहे. So content validity, so we'll have to take as per the points wise. Construct validity, design structure point of view, and criteria validity means the major criteria we have to define and work on that as per the objective point of view. या प्रत्येकाचे मग एक्झाम्पल्स आणि या गोष्टी दिलेल्या आहेत. आय शेअर द पीडीएफ ऑल्सो, नो वरी. So construct, and then again homogeneity, theory, evidence, convergence, and all that. So it's related to the structure. Then reliability. So example they have given related to the research point of view. You can see when a participant completing an instrument mean to measure motivation should have approximately the same response each time the test is completed. So that system is reliable. Then again there are the types, and we have discussed that early also, so no need to go in the deep. Now second thing, you just write down next bit. Heading is static and dynamic characteristics of the instruments. Static and dynamic characteristics of the instrument used in experimental setup. Static and dynamic characteristics of the instrument used in experimental setup. Experimental setup. Correct. So as I told you, the static characteristics means the whether it is accurate, whether it is sensitive. Correct. If any some drift is there or uneven changes are there, that is static. In case of the dynamic, speed, some lagging is there, some accuracy problem. Fidelity means up to the mark, it is occur or not. So that we'll have to measure by for the experiment while using the things by the researcher. Okay. So title तुम्ही लिहिला असेल, that is the static and dynamic characteristic of the instrument used in experimental setting. So in that, first understand and then write. So first of all, we know why measurement is required, because due to the measurement we can predict what kind of the nature, what kind of structure will occur, or what will be the outcome through which we'll have to find. Correct. So you can see the measurement system is the performance characteristics of an instrument are generally divided into two parameters. So as like a static and dynamic. So we'll go directly for the static and dynamic. Before that, we'll take the one example. In case of the measurement system, the defined things are that, so you can see the height scale. It is always defined. Generally ते मेडिकल मध्ये लावलं जातं बघा, 6 फुटापर्यंत दिलेलं असतं. Why? Because minimum range 0 to 6 feet will have to consider for human height. So according to that, that will be the measurement. बऱ्याच रेअर केसमध्ये असं होतं की बाबा एखादा 6 फूट 3 इंच आहे, तर त्या केसमध्ये त्याला ते मेजर करणं पॉसिबल राहत नाही. किंवा तुम्ही डबल एक्सेल साईजचे जर असाल, तर त्याचे जे क्लॉथ्स आपण परचेस करतोय त्या रेअरली अवेलेबल असतात. डबल एक्सेल, ट्रिपल एक्सेल. सो दॅट विल बी हाऊ, दॅट विल बी अगेन पॉइंट ऑफ द मेजरमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ. करेक्ट. म्हणून त्या एक्सेल आणि साईज या गोष्टी का ठरवल्या, दॅट शोज whichever be the required as per the condition. Correct. So साधी गोष्ट आहे. In case of the four wheeler, आपण जर फोर व्हीलरला मारुती 800 ला जर कव्हर घालत असेल, तर सेम कव्हर I cannot use for Swift. I cannot use the Bolero. Why? Because of measurement. So that is the importance of measurement, and we are going to see what is static and dynamic in that consideration. So just write down. There are the two types of the measurement system. There are two types of the measurement system. Measurement system. First, write down static characteristics, and second is dynamic characteristics. Static characteristics and dynamic characteristics. Okay, so we'll see the static means what. See, the set of criteria defined for the instrument which are used to measure the quantities which are slowly varying. This is very important. Which are slowly varying with respect to time, and generally it will consider as a constant. Correct. It means the static characteristics are slowly varying with respect to time. Correct. So the types I told you, the accuracy matters. So accuracy slowly vary. Sensitivity as per the depends on the situation, atmospheric condition. Reproducibility. Drift means uneven change. Static error. Static error means manual error. मी सेट करताना बेस जर चुकीचा घेतला असेल, तर वॉट एव्हर द रीडिंग फॉर मेजरिंग दिस बाय युझिंग वर्नियर कॅलिपर, that might be changed. Correct. So surface irregularity, that will become under static error. Dead zones are there. Dead zone means no development. Input and output doesn't matter. So that will be the dead. So just write down the definition. I'll take phone. Okay. So the criteria which can be defined to measure the quantity which are slowly varying with respect to time. So various parameters are there. One by one आपण बघू accuracy म्हणजे काय and all that. So just write down these things. The static parameters are, or static variables are, accuracy, sensitivity, reproducibility, drift, static error, dead zone, precision. Can anybody tell me difference between precision and accuracy? Difference between precision and accuracy. कोण सांगू शकेल का?
Accuracy is the ability to provide exact value or true value, and
Okay.
precision is with the precision reproduces the same value.
Reproduces the same value. Okay.
Precision is the ability to reproduce the same value.
Correct. Reproduce the same value. Correct. So these things also we are going to learn. Next, threshold. Threshold, extreme conditions, threshold, and then linearity. Linearity. So this will be the static criteria which we are going to learn. Correct. लिहिले असेल तुम्ही. Next, write down dynamic characteristics. Of course, dynamics means which are rapidly changes with times, not slowly. Not slowly. Earlier it was slowly or static. Now it is rapidly changes with time. So in case of rapid, speed, fidelity, lag, something difference in between start and end point. dynamic error. So at the time of the working condition error, parts get damaged, system get damaged. So that will becomes under dynamic error. So write down the definition, which are changes rapidly with respect to time. Change rapidly with respect to time. And the parameters are speed, fidelity, lag, dynamic error. Okay. हे लिहून झालं का रे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see. So this is about the dynamic. We will start with the static. First of all, as I told you, as Amol also said, the difference in between accuracy and precision. So of course, I'll say, so this four figure indicate accuracy and precision. First figure, you can see high accuracy, high precision. So before learning this four figure, we must understand what is the definition of the accuracy and precision. So at the bottom side, I have mentioned accuracy is nothing but it is a closeness of measurement to a specific value, correct? Particular value. So why accuracy is high? The measurement value is at the center. That's why high accuracy. In that case, precision means what? As Amol says, same value will repeat after testing. That is precision. So precision is also we called as the precision is the closeness of measurement to each other. Correct. So whatever the readings conducted, we'll have to compare that. So that comparison is comes under precision. Then we can say it is precise. मागचे readings त्या पद्धतीने जर reading आले तर precise, जर नाही आले तर wrong, तर fail गेलं. So that will be the accuracy means it is the measurement of specific value, accurate value. या सर्कल मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर specific किंवा accuracy कधी आहे जेव्हा तुमचा center hit होईल, that will be called as accurate. And precision means what? त्याच्या nearby आहे, correct, and it will compare somewhat accurate, no problem. It is called as a precision. That's why first figure shows high accuracy, high precision. It is at a center. All are at a center. Second figure you can see low accuracy. Why? Because specific value is deviated. Specific value is at center, but it is not at a center. That's why low accuracy. But high precision, why? Because the all the values are nearer to. म्हणजे जे काही compare मला करायचे ते एकमेकाच्या जवळ आहे. That's why I can say it is high precision. Third figure, you can see less accurate. Why? It is again not at a center, but not precise. Why not precise? The readings are far away from each other. The readings are different from each other. So that is not accurate or not precise. Fourth figure, you can see low accuracy, of course, it can be deviate from the center, and low precision. It does not have any relation with respect to in between each other. So that is the definition, or that is the first part of the static characteristic in case of the measurement. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
ओके, तर व्यवस्थित हे डायग्राम काढून घ्या, अॅक्युरेसीची डेफिनेशन लिहा, प्रिसिजनची डेफिनेशन लिहा, आणि तुमच्या भाषेत प्रत्येक फिगरला 2-2 लाईन तुमच्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू लिहा, म्हणजे ते लक्षात राहील अभ्यास करताना. सो जस्ट राईट डाऊन द थिंग. Accuracy is the closeness of the measurement to a specific value. त्याच्यात specific value आहे center. That's it. That is the specific value. झालं की सांगा.
झालं सर.
Okay. So this is about first parameter. In that you can write any example, or this example also valid. Second parameter in case of the static characteristic, linearity. Now what is linearity? It is nothing but ability to reproduce the input symmetrically. Yeah? I think you are aware about stress strain curve. Stress strain curve with respect to initial stress or proof stress त्याला म्हणतो आपण, त्यापर्यंत इक्वल असतो. म्हणजे काय, whatever be the input is there, as per that output it changes, and that is constant, correct? That is changes linearly. That's why that graph should be straight line, correct? आणि जेव्हा कुठं yield येतं तेव्हा ते चेंज होतो and so on. Stress strain curve मी बोलतोय. So linearity means the ability of creating the inputs, creating the output as per the proper input, and same for same input same output will get, correct? Same kind of the nature of the output. So that we called as a linearity, and that's why we'll have to write the equation for linearity. Y is equal to ms, correct? Whatever be the output, it is always related with the input, correct? So that's why it is a linear system. कुठलीही सिस्टीम लिनियर कधी ठरवायची, जेव्हा त्याचा आउटपुट आणि इनपुटचा ग्राफ इन्क्लाइन स्ट्रेट लाईन येत असेल, लिनियर येत असेल, म्हणजे तुम्ही म्हणू शकता की 45 डिग्रीवर येऊ शकतो. दॅट वी कॉल्ड एज अ लिनियर सिस्टम. नाव नॉन लिनियर सिस्टीम मध्ये बराच प्रॉब्लेम असतो, बिकॉज लॉट मेनी पॅरामीटर्स आर देयर. एव्हरी टाइम इनपुट गेट्स व्हेरियस आउटपुट. Why? Because the system is not linear. It changes its part. Vibration analysis मध्ये generally तसं होतं बघा. So many times it will change. So that's why the curve will form instead of straight line. Therefore that system would be non-linear. So आपल्याला कुठलाही रिसर्च करताना जे काही पॅरामीटर्स आपण ठरवलेले आहेत, whichever with the variables we have decided, that should be linear or non-linear, that will have to define first. कारण त्याच्यानुसार पुढची सिस्टीम ठरते. जर लिनियर सिस्टीम असेल तर त्याच्यात स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड आहे, एवढे एवढे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट लागणार आहेत, हे त्याचा आउटकम असणार आहे आणि त्याचे रिझल्ट हे असणार. पण नॉन लिनियर मध्ये काय लागतं, इन्स्ट्रुमेंट स्टडी लागतो, थ्रू विच वॉट एव्हर बी द आउटकम्स आर देअर, दॅट विल हॅव टू अनालाइज. ते अनालाइज करून त्याच्यातले एक ऍव्हरेज मी आउटकम घेणार, अँड दॅट आउटकम I will have to consider for the testing, and after that test I'll get the proper outcome. मग ते बेस्ट आहे नाही आहे ते अगेन चेक होतं, म्हणजे व्हॅलिडेट होतं. So that is the role of linear system and non-linear system. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ठीक. Just write down the definition mentioned over here and graph तुम्ही draw करा. झालं का? सॉरी बरं का, मध्ये आधी फोन येतात, ते स्टुडंटचे असतात, बरीच काम आहेत, भूषणला माहिती आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय डिस्टर्बन्स थोडा होईल, पण त्याचा प्रॉब्लेम आपल्याला काय होणार नाही. हे झालं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next parameter is very important, that is drift, and that we'll have to consider. Sorry, dead zone. So next will be the, I think, dead zone. So dead zone means what? Whatever be the input you have to provide, it will not give you the output. Correct. So dead zone means constant, no change in the system. That we called as a dead zone. You can see in the figure. So input either vary or reduce, plus side or minus side. Something different or fluctuation will be there. But in case of dead zone, there is always constant. The constant nature should show with respect to input and output. So you can see it is the largest change of the input quantity for which there is no output. So इट विल बी द कॉन्स्टंट. डेड झोन ज्याचं काय आपल्याला काम नाही, पण ह्याच्यात हे क्लिअर होतं की एखादा डेटा जर मी स्टेटस ऍज अ इनपुट घेतला तर तो कॉन्स्टंट किती काळापर्यंत राहू शकतो, ते आपल्याला क्लिअर होतं. सो दॅट वी कॉल्ड एज अ डेड झोन. आणि डेड झोन मध्ये काम करणं इन दिस केस, तर मी रिडिंग जर घेतले तर ते एवढे व्हॅलिडेट नसतात, कारण फ्लक्च्युएशनला आपण मानतो आणि त्याच्यानुसार टॅब्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये अनालिसिस करतो. लक्षात घ्या. सो दॅट्स वाय डेड झोन क्रिएट्स अ ट्रबल वाईल टेस्टिंग. तर त्यामुळं डेड झोन हा स्किप करून पुढे जाता आलं पाहिजे. तर इथं बघा, सिस्टीम ही निगेटिव्ह कडून पॉझिटिव्ह झिरोवर गेली, झिरोवर झिरो राहिली डेड झोन मध्ये, आणि झिरो वरून परत पॉझिटिव्ह झाली. सो rule is that at particular time what will be the increment and what span required for that increment, that we called as a dead zone. Clear? So just write down this. It is the largest change of input quantity, largest change of input quantity for which there is no output. Variables बदलले, सगळे पॅरामीटर बदलले, पण आउटपुट येत नसेल, इट्स ऑफ नो यूज. This we called as a dead zone. Draw the diagram. ठीक आहे. स्टॅटिक एरर आपण पुढच्या लेक्चरला बघू, फक्त डेफिनेशन लिहून ठेवा. ऍज आय टोल्ड यू, जर बेस चुकला आणि आपण मेजरमेंट घेत असेल तर त्या प्रॉपर होत नाही, दॅट इज इरेग्युलर. त्यामुळे तुम्ही कधीही बघा, अपार्टमेंट मध्ये किंवा बिल्डिंगच्या लाईन मध्ये त्यांच्या एखाद्या सोसायटी असेल तर त्यांच्या हाईट सेम असतात, बेस एकच घेतलेला. इफ देर इज अ डेव्हिएशन, कधी येतं जेव्हा काहीतरी माउंटनवर आहे, थोडा स्लोप आहे, त्या केसमध्ये तिथं डेव्हिएशन येणार. दॅट विल कम अंडर स्टॅटिक एरर. त्याचा ड्रॉबॅक पण असतो काही गोष्टींचा. करेक्ट. दॅट कम्स अंडर स्टॅटिक एरर. तर आपण ह्या गोष्टी सगळ्या बघितलेल्या आहेत. आजच्या लेक्चरला वी हॅव कवर्ड व्हॉट इज मीन बाय द इन्स्ट्रुमेंट, व्हॉट आर इट्स नीड, व्हॉट आर द basic instruments, what are its criteria, either validity, reliability, readability, we have seen. After that, the measurement in case of the dynamic and static, we have seen static and dynamic, static consideration, accuracy, we have seen precision, linearity, dead zone, static error, drift. हे आपण इथपर्यंत आता आलोय. पुढच्या लेक्चरला आपण स्टॅटिक एरर संपू, and then we'll start with the dynamic error and how it calculated by the researcher at the time of working. That also we are going to study. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, shall we stop? थांबू इथे. So
Okay,
we'll meet in next session. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.